and welcome back to The Letter with me, Stormy. So we almost got killed. I might have cheated. I was thinking about, I shouldn't say I was going to because I wasn't. I was thinking about looking up at the little tree again, the branchy tree, to see if we did the right thing. But you know what? This is supposed to be blind. You know what? I feel bad. If I was going to cheat for anybody, why did I cheat for Becca? I should have cheated for Zach. I miss him. Anyway, we escaped a library or something. And somebody's calling us, I think. Right on cue, as if in answer to my previous thought, my mobile phone lets out a loud beep. Oh, I hope our... I was going to say last time, I forgot to say, I hope our microfish got out. Our little tiny fish friend, I hope they got out. I pick it up, simply hoping it'll be one of them. Only it's a voicemail that greets me. From Ashton. There's a pang of disappointment, of course, but it brings some reassurance that nothing happened to me, or happened to at least to one of them.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
Something did happen. Zach's dead. Marianne might be dead. Hannah is possessed. Isabella's in the hospital. Luke is probably still fucking other women, being a bitch that he is. And not everything's bad. He ends it right there. The message is less than a minute long. Curtain gives nothing away. I let it ease my worries regardless, and do as he asks. Because this too is another triumph for us. One less thing to worry about. Oh! Whoa! Oh my god, we can check the branching tree now! Give me all the way. Oh, there's a lot more shit I could have done. You know what? I think it's worth it. I saved her ass. We're Ash now. Fuck this bitch. I don't have a voice for him set up yet. What day is it? Where are we? I don't know. Oh, it's the party. Parties have never really been my thing. They're always such a hassle and take so much time out of my day. Prior plans and commitments canceled, all for the sake of playing along with others.
Welcome everyone.
I can't do my shit British accent. I hated them even as a child.
Please, make yourselves at home.
But Mom often insisted. She slicked my hair back, put me in one of those stuffy dinner jackets, and if there were any children around, urged me to make friends. Never mind how utterly loud or tedious it was. It was for the sake of keeping up appearances. To some extent, lies have already surrounded me, long before I've chosen what I wanted to do with my life. Luckily, there were easy ways to tune everything out, and much to my mom's frustration, I always managed to sneak my CD player along. I kept to myself into my music, had my own little world, until I learned to observe. It's a... You can't see me, but I'm just rolling my eyes so hard. I truly just can't with, Ash, I can't. It's simply a matter of awareness, really. Fuck, shut up. And for someone with keen eyes, oh my god, my name is Ash. I'm just so special because I look at people and observe them with my special keen eye ability. Shut the fuck up, Ash. You're not that special. Jesus. And for someone with keen eyes, a skewed necktie or a simple flick of the wrist alone could tell volumes about a person. I still don't like parties. You're so interesting. I can't... I hope this isn't just me fighting against Ash this whole time. Especially ones as big and fancy as the Wright's housewarming. However, when there's actual reason to go to them, I figure they're not too bad.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
I think my impression is spot on. Besides, like it or not, it's all part of the job. I'm here on a mission. One that has a name Luke Wright plastered all over it. You'd think the man would want to remain inconspicuous after his name was linked to several high-profile crimes across Luxbourne. Granted, most of it... I didn't know about this. Most of it had gone cold over the years, have stagnated without any lead or evidence, but that still doesn't make him any less suspect. Yet here he is throwing a party in his own backyard, with all those trees just waiting for me to go and stick my dick into... I'm sorry. Although having observed the man this past year, I'm not even shocked. He craves it, the damn spotlight. Constantly yearns for the attention like a neglected puppy. Like I learn for the sweet brush of leaves across my face. And the bark against my... I can't... Ooh, what does he want the bark against? I was gonna say butt, and I was like, wait a minute. No. No. It doesn't take a genius to figure out why he's nowhere to be found at his own party. But that's not the problem here. What pisses me off is how far his reach extends, how close he's creeped into the lives of the people I care about. Again, like a stubborn itch you couldn't get rid of. First Professor Clark, then there's Isabella. I also spotted Z-Man here a while ago, and now there's also Rebecca.
Can't you at least act with a bit more shame?
Becca, if I find a single scratch on Shirley, there will be hell to pay.
There will also be hell to pay if he so much as harms a hair on either Zach or Rebecca's heads. Yeesh. Ooh, buddy, I have some news for you. He might have already done so with Isabella, and I wasn't able to do a single thing to keep her safe. I can't let the same mistake happen again. I doubt he'll attempt anything in front of other people, though. It would tarnish his glorious reputation, as he values appearances more than anything. That doesn't necessarily mean he is incapable of it, more than, in fact. And on the off chance he does something, I wouldn't be responsible for my actions.
Those guys know what they're doing. They're handling cars worth more than your precious Shirley.
Also, Shirley's a bad name for a car. For Zachary and Rebecca's sake, however, I really hope this will simply be another housewarming party. Even though something tells me it is anything but. Call it a detective's intuition or whatever. He's the lamest detective I've ever seen. When Luke Wright's involved, nothing ever good comes out of it. I can't let my guard down here. Even more so when a familiar car slows to stop and out comes.
Chief?
My presence here might be odd at best, but I have an excuse. One that this man handed to me himself a year ago, along with a heavy dose of flattery for the newly promoted detective inspector. Can't exactly say the same for my good old boss, can I? Although to see him here chatting it up with Luxborn's rich and famous isn't such a big surprise in and of itself. No disrespect meant, but the guy's obviously a social climber. I mean, like, what else would the cops be doing if not socializing with people who, you know, people with power? What is surprising, in fact, is that he seems to be all too eager to mingle with a person of interest wife. Just what the hell is he doing here?
Ashton, what's...
Sorry, Becca, I just saw someone I need to catch up with. Longtime friend.
No, I hate the policeman's voice. I hate him, because he's a cop, but also because his voice is grating to my ears. What the shit is going on here?
Oh, wait, Ash, what about...
This won't be long. Be careful while I'm gone, okay?
Fuck you, Ash.
Hey, be careful! About what
I don't want to draw attention to myself either. At least not until he's given me a proper response to spoil his little party.
Thank you for the invite, Anna. Husband still missing, I see.
I should be saying the same of your darling Rochelle, Lee.
It's because they're fucking in the garden right now.
The doctors again.
For now, the best I can do is wait and remain inconspicuous, especially with Chief here, whose motives are dubious at best. If it means having to pretend I don't know Zach and Rebecca, or forcing myself to rub elbows with people I barely know, let alone like, then so be it. I can't involve anyone. Wandering is out of the question as well, when there are guards in civvies stationed here and there. Sure, getting past them is something I could do with ease, but I'd rather not right now. When I'm one of the few snooping and roaming about, it'd best be... It'd be best to try and do so once there's a crowd of people. And if the interior designer's drunken claims are to be believed.
Yes, well... What about Luke?
Please go find her.
Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing.
It'll all come down to how well he'll play he'll. Ooh, I thought you said. Ooh, I read it as he'll play my cards tonight. And I was like, oh shit. Oh, damn, are they fucking? But no, I'll play my cards tonight, which can also be sexy if you think about it. Who doesn't like a good old sexy sexual game of Uno or Old Maid? Just like, damn bitch, just play strip Uno. With a good hand, this party is going to give me the breakthrough I need to crack Luke right. Rebecca already cracked him across the skull. Just saying. Or something to prove my suspicions wrong. Maybe find out what kind of game my boss is also playing. I've had an inkling before, a few hunches tempered down by how much of a bumbling fool the man appears. But one does not simply... Fuck, I gotta put that fucking meme up. But one does not simply deal with the rights and get invited to a party they host without wanting anything from either of the two. Or is it the other way around? So with the last wary glance at the two, I head into the ballroom. I just hope that this will not complicate things further. Shit. Oh my god, we're doing this a 4th time! This is the 4th time! I know it's a different perspective, but how many times do I have to be at this stupid fucking party? By the time the party's in full swing, night has fallen. Yet there still isn't Luke right in sight. Haha, I made funny rhyme. The man can be quite ostentatious, but this... Frankly, I'm impressed. I don't even know how many horse dervs. How many... Fuck, I forgot how to say the word. I know this word. Horse dervs. Duh. Fuck, oh my god, I'm gonna look so stupid. How do you say it? Fuck. Okay, whatever. Horse dervs. I've already stuffed my face with. One too many, probably. The servers are giving me the stink eye every time I sauntered over to the buffet table. Blame your employer, not me. He's the one who has the guts to show up late. Besides most of the guests, idle talk is concentrated in this area. Despite standing in the same roof with the very people they're whispering about, some just couldn't resist. I might as well keep an ear out for any useful info.
Is Suarez still fixing that tech problem?
Tech problem. It's been 3 years. Sooner or later, the Blighter will put 2 and 2 together.
He might have already.
If the red tape I'm being slammed with these few months suggests anything, that or someone has been pulling the strings. It's the ghost. I wouldn't be shocked. This case would not have gone this long if Scumbag didn't have a mule or some kind in the force.
Shush you, we all know Suarez just wants an out. I knew he was bad news the day the merger with Evans Incorporated happened.
Is that the cop guy?
Feh, glad I did not have to deal with that. But keep it down, someone might hear. The wife especially.
This kind of negligence has always been an advantage, but sometimes I wish I could be smashed drunk while doing this. Having sharp ears almost means you hear the most unsavory things. Who cheated on who this week? One person's motives for bashing at someone's skull. Hey, did you hear about Becca bashing in Luke's skull? Against the wall, or a father's excuse for burning his own daughter alive, that sort of stuff. Okay. After a few years, it gets tiring. You get desensitized to it. But humans could also be downright awful. As if burning your daughter alive isn't awful. Sometimes there simply isn't enough brain bleach in the world. Sadly, the wine is a no-go tonight, and mostly for show. I'm up for another drive later, for one. Wait, I'm up for another drive later, for one. Oh, for one. Comma, for one. I was like, did he just say he's up for another drive twice? For one, and I definitely want to be sober in case anything comes up. And something always comes up in assignments like this. A detective inspector dying of cardiac arrest, for example. Because I can feel the moment my heart grinds to a halt, the second I shift my eyes to a corner of the ballroom.
Hana Wright.
Some will say I'm acting a touch bit paranoid. Maybe I am. This is a party and she's the hostess. It goes to say that she'd take the time to mingle with her guests. But Hana Wright, Nee Evans, isn't without her fair share of accolades. At least to the public, she doesn't seem like it. Unlike her husband, she's the one with her with the business sense, not to mention the impressive track record needed to manage a company, or effectively hide whatever irregularity there might be. She's clean as far as my agents and I have found, but it doesn't rule out the possible involvement with whatever her husband's up to. She's chill, man, seriously. I don't think she's done anything besides be possessed. Hell, Luke Wright came out clean in previous reports until I bothered to take a deeper look in it. What I found may not be sufficient enough to bring to trial yet, but it's enough to nurture suspicion. This may be a bit of overreaction, but no one lasts long in my line of work by being careless.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think?
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh fuck! I was like, oh my god, is he gonna hear? Is he gonna hear? Nothing to be worried nothing to be worried about then. She's probably even more careful with appearances than her husband, having grown up with a spotlight focused on her. Yet, even knowing that the anxiety has been here since the party started. I've brushed it off earlier. Who wouldn't feel edgy, right? I've gone undercover in a party hosted by the very person I'm investigating. That in itself is risky and has plenty of rooms for error. Usually, though, the tension passes around the first half hour or so. I've been trained to remain composed in situations like this. However, with each second I spend here, it only grows heavier and seeks to overwhelm. And not sorry. Yeah, the ghost is whispering. And not feeling that someone is watching me instead. It has been like this since last week, but I should already be used to this. People would be looking at me no matter how small or big of a blip I am on their radar. That's what they do in these things. But is he just admitting that he knows that he's hot? Too bad he's a douche. When the feeling of eyes burning into my back lingers longer than necessary. I've been looking around every now and again to catch the culprit. No luck. And despite my efforts to push the sensation as far down as I could, tiny pinpricks continue to sting the back of my head, and the ghost of a cold touch creeps up my limbs until my gaze stitches back to Rebecca and Hannah Wright. Are we doing this again? Hey, okay, fourth time's the it's been 4 times. 4th time's the charm, baby. Here we go. She stands there, dark hair dirty, sticking out like a sore thumb. I didn't know Rebecca was into that kind of lady. It makes sense though, cause you know what? I'm also dark haired and dirty, and I stick out like a sore thumb. Oh my god. This is so stupid. Even so, no one seems to notice. Except for these 3 people that saw the letter. Isn't that convenient? I've already solved the mystery for you, Ash. You dumb bitch. Although she's looking away from me, her mere existence here strikes. Disturbs. A sense of tunnel vision blinds while I stand stock still and gape at her, like my life depends on making sure she stays where she is. It's a strange sensation finding somebody else attractive besides the trees, but it's just something about her. The way her dark hair flows like she just got out of a shower, and the way that blood clearly drips from her eyes. I'm not funny, let's continue. I feel trapped in her presence until another gust bumps into me, yanking me out of my stupor. Only then do I realize I've been holding my breath. God damn it, where'd that sexy piece of ass go? Oh, the trees are gonna be so mad at me. Before I figure out what happened, she's gone. A quick scan of the room yields no sign of her. The party continues as if nothing's amiss. I'm not really one to judge, but I'm sure someone like that would not have been allowed in a fancy thing like this. She's too beautiful. She's more gorgeous than anybody else in this entire room. Oh my god. What has the security been doing? Are they really that incompetent for someone so distinct to easily get in without notice? There should have been an outcry by now, particularly from the host. She's been standing almost an arm's length away from the woman, and yet she simply continues her talk with Rebecca.
Oh, the professor! And your little Becky!
My parents couldn't make it since they're in Scotland right now. And Mom says hi, by the way.
Is there something in the food then? That I'm starting to see? Oh my god. Man, it's almost like Isabella said something about there being a ghost, but then I didn't believe her that there was a ghost. Oh my god. Oh my god. Something in the food that I'm starting to see things. It couldn't have been the wine though. I'm every bit as sober as when I first stepped out of my car. The horse stirves? Not the horse stirves! No! But why would anyone want to do that? Not the horse stirves! Why would Luke Wright want to do that? He's fishy. Wait, the microfish doesn't exist yet. But I couldn't see why he'd ever think it was a good idea to lace the food he'd serve in his party with someone like Chief Lee on his guest list to boot. He has been linked to narcotics trade, yep. However, that kind of tactic is below him. That much I could tell. Unless there's a mass murder waiting to happen here tonight, which I highly doubt. So...
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that? Who was that sexy lady? Oh my god! The horse stirves! Okay, actually wait, let me do the next one. Cool. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Me and I almost forgot his name. It's Ash. That's his name. Me and Ash will get to the bottom of this quote-unquote mystery. This impossible mystery that can never be solved. That I haven't solved already. Because this game is at a snail's pace and my brain is an IQ of 500. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you later. Goodbye.